What is up, Wave Trade Brigade? Have you ever wondered how people make so much money in the stock market?
Oh yeah.
Well, of course you have. Who hasn't? Today we're going to be actually discussing how to make money in the stock market. Throughout this video, I'm going to share some extremely valuable concepts that you want to hear, and I believe they will actually help you make money in the stock market. So you always hear about these people in the stock market making tons of cash.
Hey.
Well, how do they do it? What are they thinking about? And most importantly, what are the investing strategies that they use to become mega wealthy? Well, here are my 5 money-making secrets of the stock market. Number 1, income. As the old saying goes, it takes money to make money. But as I like to say, it takes money to save money. Now, if you're living off of a low income, you see how hard it is to save money. By the time you're done paying for everything that you need, your money's gone and you no longer have any money to save. That's why I believe that a higher income is so important, because then you can afford to pay for everything that you need and then invest the rest. I believe it's best to start where you can, whether it's $100, $1,000, or tens of thousands of dollars. And what's even more important than that is a steady depositing routine into your investment account. That is one of the most surefire ways to become a millionaire in the stock market. This concept is very simple yet so profound. And I'll leave this topic with one more thing. Most people overlook this, but I think this is the wonderful thing about the stock market. A 1% gain on a $1,000 portfolio is $10. However, the same movement, a 1% gain on a $1 million portfolio, is $10,000. Number 2, patience. Usually in life, things that are worthwhile or extremely rewarding take time and are difficult. They require patience. For example, building a house can take 2 to 3 months or even upwards of a year. And not to mention, Mount Rushmore took upwards of 14 years to build. There's no difference when it comes to building a great portfolio. The assets in your portfolio need time to grow and work and make more money for you. A great bonus tip that goes along with patience is staying invested, not pulling your money out when you get scared or excited. In fact, research shows that if you were invested in the S&P 500 index from 1999 to 2018 and you missed just the most profitable 10 days in the market, you would have made half the money you would have being fully invested the entire time. This is such an important key to growing your portfolio. Number 3, fundamentals and research. This is probably my favorite. And this happens to be one of the most significant ways that you can ensure your portfolio stays on a path to growth. This topic can expand in many different ways, so I will condense it into a few of my top tips for staying on top of the fundamentals. So the first one is, when you're getting started, only invest in companies that you can understand. For example, I have nearly a decade of experience in the food industry, DSD products that go into retail companies. Therefore, I tend to lean toward companies that are in those industries. That's not saying that you can never branch out and learn a different type of industry, but it's going to take a lot of time and effort in order to learn that. That leads me to the second one. Start reading annual and quarterly reports released by the companies that you're investing in. These are known as Forms 10K, which is annual, and 10Q, which is quarterly. Probably one of the best resources I have ever found as an investor is the investor relations page on a company's website. For example, if you are invested in Apple, you would Google Apple Investor Relations. That will bring up exactly that, the investor relations page for Apple. On this website, you can actually find all of the SEC documents for this company. It'll lead you to things like 10Q, 10K, and even conference calls. The last tip for research and fundamentals are pay attention to earnings, but not too much attention to earnings. Let me expand on this just a bit. Now, obviously, it's super important to know where the companies you're invested in stand financially. However, occasionally people are too hard on newer growth companies. This is the part that takes wisdom and experience in the market. Oftentimes, these are brand new management teams that are doing their absolute best to get the company off the ground and profitable. Now, when saying that, sometimes a small deviation from projected earnings or revenue isn't really that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. sometimes there are unforeseen events and setbacks. Now, it's really important in these moments to take a step back, be patient, and watch what the management team does to correct the situation. Think about it for a second. If you or I made a mistake, wouldn't we want the opportunity to fix it and make it right? Well, great management teams have the exact same characteristic. Give them an opportunity to fix it. Number 4, dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging, or DCA, is an extremely simple yet unbelievably powerful way to multiply your money in the market. Let's say you have an exceptionally high conviction in a certain company and you bought in. The fundamentals are awesome, everything is great, the company's headed in a good direction, except the stock price.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
This is where DCA comes in. As the stock continues to go down and down, you continue to buy in heavier and heavier. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Why in the world would I buy a stock I'm already way down on? Well, you see, this is where the magic happens. See, as you continue to buy in at a lower price every time, when the stock market recovers and the storm passes, you would have made way more money had you not dollar cost averaged. Now, here's a pro tip. Make triple sure that the fundamentals of the company meet your standard and that you have a high conviction in the stock. Please, take it from me. The last thing that you want to do is double down on a company that is falling apart at the seams and not even know it. Unfortunately, most of the time, this is what causes lifelong skeptics in the market. Had the investor just done the research and the fundamentals and known what they were investing in, all the losses could have been avoided. All right, guys, we're coming up on number 5, and there's also a bonus number 6 for those of you who are really interested in gaining wealth in the stock market. Leave the phrase learn and earn in the comment section below. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down in the comments below. I'm going to be doing my absolute best to get back to every single person in the comment section. Also, if you want to join the brigade, just click the subscribe button down below. We'd love to have you in the brigade. Number 5, make sure you always invest in the like button.
Got him! Got him!
You click the like button and I download all the knowledge into your brain. It is absolutely the future of learning. Studies show that if you click the like button, you will summon all the knowledge of the best investors of all time. So click it. Number 5, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. If you've been in the market for a while, you know exactly where this groundbreaking quote came from. Mr. Warren Buffett himself said this. This concept is so hard for both people who are brand new to the market and people who are outside the market. The natural response to a stock chart that is way in the red and down is sell, stay away, don't buy the stock. But we're going to make a couple of very important distinctions here. Let's compare a devastated stock to a loaf of bread. Let's say you buy loaf number 1 at full price for $5. Loaf number 2 at a discounted price on clearance for $1. You go to loaf number 1 and it's beautiful and eye-popping, but then when you open the bag, it's completely molded. However, loaf number 2 got at a discounted price for $1, and when you open it, it's fresh. The exact same thing happens within the stock market. It's not always about the stock chart or the price. What really matters is what's inside the company. This information now puts you in a position of power. So when you see a stock chart that looks horrible, you can then say to yourself, I wonder if there's something here. Bonus number 6, correct diversification. Not too little, not too much. This is something that not everyone thinks into depth about. However, I believe it's very important to be appropriately diversified. See, when you're starting out with a smaller amount of money, you need a smaller amount of stocks. So basically, the more capital, the more positions. Now, this is my opinion. Anything under $10,000 should be about 3 stocks. Now, once you get from $10,000 to $50,000, 3 to 5 stocks. $50,000 to $100,000 should be about 5 to 7 stocks. $100,000 to $500,000, I like to go with 8 to 10, and then $500,000 to $1 million should be 11 to 15 stocks. Anything over $1 million, you get 15 and up, 20, somewhere around in there, eventually you start to run out of time to keep up with so many stocks. Bonus number 7, last but not least bonus secret to building $1 million portfolio, is watch all of the videos on this channel, guys. It's free, awesome information, and it will lead you one step closer to building $1 million portfolio. Watch this video here if you want to take one step closer to building $1 million portfolio.